Imagine waking into a village where every house is empty. No people, no cars, no children playing in the streets. Only abandoned buildings, broken windows, and a silence so deep that even the wind feels unstable. But the stranger part, local legends claim that people who entered the village have experienced mysterious sounds, strange shadows, and an overwhelming feeling that they are being watched. Is the village really haunted, or is there a completely different explanation? Today we are exploring the mystery of abandoned village, places where history isolated and the freezing legend come together. A village in the frozen time. Our first glance as abandoned village might look like a perfect setting from a horror movie. Old houses slowly falling apart, empty street covered with vines, door hanging open, furniture left behind, and something object remain exactly where people left them decades ago. But these places were always empty. Families once lived here. Children went to school. Farmer worked the surrounded area and the land. People celebrate birthday, wedding, and the festival. Then something changed. Maybe the local economy collapsed. Maybe a natural diseases forced people to leave. Maybe jobs disappeared and the younger generation moved to cities. Slowly, house after house become empty. Until eventually the entire village was silent. Here's something interesting. You don't need ghosts to make an abandoned place feel freaking. Our brain natural become more alert in the unfamiliar and the associated environments. And you enter an empty building where small sound suddenly become important. A door moves in the window, wood cracks, bird fly through broken windows, and animal moves somewhere in the darkness. Your brain trying to explain what would we see, and that when ordinary sound can suddenly feel supernatural, and all stories in the local legend and the atmosphere become even more intense. But something the story themselves have surprisingly interesting organ. Imagine that decades ago someone heard strange noises coming from an abandoned house. Nobody know what caused them. Soon people been telling stories. One person said they heard footsteps, another claimed that saw a light in a window, someone else said they felt like they were being watched. With ever relating the story become more dramatic. Eventually a simple unexplained event can turn into a full-blown ghost legend and become there are no residents around the provide an ordinary explanation. The mystery continues, but there is another reason abandoned villages can be dangerous. Natural takes the back. Once human leave, natural does not stop. Plant grow through cracks in road, roots push through walls, rain damage roofs, animal move into empty building, over dedicate entire street can disappear beneath vegetations, and unstable structure become dangerous. A ceiling could collapse, a staircase could break, old wells and the underground spaces would be hidden beneath plants, so while ghost stories attract visitors, the real danger may be much more ordinary. This is the one reason exploring abandoned places is not as simple as it looks in movie. But free fair, the most fantastic thing about an abandoned village is whether ghosts exist. This is question. What did everyone leave? where abandoned house contain a piece of someone's history, a photographer, an old chair, a gotten tool, a child toy, a little, a letter. These objects can tell us what life was like before the village became silent, and something teachers can reconstruct the story through historical record, photographers, maps, and the interview with former residents. What appear to be natural, supernatural mysteries can become a fantastic story about migration, diseases, economics, and changing society. So are abandoned villages haunted? There is no reliable scientific advance that ghosts inhabit these places. But that does not make them any less mysterious. An empty village is a reminder that even place built to last from generation can eventually disappear. People leave, natural returns, building decay, and memory become legends. Prefer that's the reality reason these places feel haunted. Because you are not just talking through empty buildings, you are walking through the remain of someone's life. So there is the question. Would you ever explore a completely abandoned village at night? Tell us your answer in the comment, and for more mysterious stories from around the world, like, subscribe and keep exploring the unknown.